Let me show you something. My partner put his laptop in here because he's afraid it's gonna explode. Out of all the spots, he chose to put it next to a gas tank. A few years ago, right at this place, I made a video about how I had no friends. Today, looking back, I'm glad to see I have made a lot of progress. I watched this video the other day and I agree with most of the things the guy said. You can only blame so much on technology. You can only blame so much on technology and social media and capitalism for the loneliness epidemic. I think the big factor is our mindset. I'm pretty sure my mindset back then was a big factor for how I had such a hard time making friends in Australia. I used to subscribe to the idea that if somebody doesn't add any value to your life, then you shouldn't keep them. These days, I think it's already so precious to have somebody present in your life. Hang on a second. I need to clarify that most of my life I rarely met any dickheads. So I have little reason to have my guard up. But if you're surrounded by crazy people, please don't apply this strategy. What are you doing? I don't need my friends to share the same hobbies or same interests or a common view. If they do, great. Being able to share a meal together is a good basis to be friends already. I don't remember where I read this or heard this, but it's something along the line of, it's applied for relationship, but it can apply for friendship as well, I think. It's somewhere along the line of, we are in each other's life to be each other's witness. I think it's so beautiful. Just imagine in one portion of your life, you have somebody there to witness your struggles, your hopes and dreams, your disappointments, your milestones, your first car, your first house, your first relationship, or your engagement, or your heartbreak, or you getting ghosted by some idiot, or your cat running away for 2 nights, things like that. My friends don't have to do much, they don't have to say the right thing, they don't have to understand me thoroughly, they just need to be here with me during this period of my life. I now have a group of girlfriends who all live in Brisbane that we often chat or meet up. I also have a mom's group chat. So all of these girls are my high school friends. We all have babies around the same time. So it was great to keep contact with them. Unfortunately, I can't meet them often because I live in a different country. When our babies were smaller, we message each other almost every single day, sometimes all day long. My partner and I also have a few mutual friends where we meet up a bit less often. Overall, I feel we have a good base of friends here after a few years struggling to find friends. Oh, and recently my partner and I found a local parents group. This parents group is organized by a local church. This is my first time ever in Australia that I experienced a sense of community. I'm not religious. My partner is a submarine Christian. So we are there mainly to find other parents who can connect with us. So what have I done to go from feeling I have no friends to I'm feeling I'm so comfortable because I have my gangs here. I cannot claim that it's all because of my doings. A lot of it is because my partner pushed me to do the things that I usually don't do. I think the biggest factor that helps me to make more friends in Australia is to consistently invite people to things and host things. It can be a picnic, an afternoon drink, or a dinner, things like that. If you want to make friends, I guess just find occasions to invite people over, ask them to bring their +1. And after a while, there will be some individuals that consistently show up and you naturally become friends. At the beginning, I was always overwhelmed with hosting dinners. I'm not a good cook. I'm still learning how to be more efficient in the kitchen. But after doing 10 dinners or so, I started to get a hang of it. It gets much less stressful. It's still stressful, but it gets much less stressful. And these days I can whip out a dinner for 5 to 6 people without much effort. So I'm improving, okay? Another factor that helps me to maintain our friendship is me taking the initiation. I used to have the mindset that when I invite somebody for the first time and they decline because they're busy or not keen or not interested or whatever, and they don't give me the counter offer after a while, I will just stop putting in the effort. But these days I'm much more thick-skinned. I would say across our friend groups, my partner and I are the one who the most consistent and frequent to invite people over, to invite people to things, to ask people to hang out. And in the past, I would, with my old mindset, I would always think, why should I be the one who keep pulling the weight, right? But these days, I don't keep score like that anymore. I think it's silly. I often feel so lazy to go and do stuff with my friends, but I told myself to show up, even though I don't feel like it at all. You know what? Most of the time, I had a good time once I get out of the house. People say that showing up is half the battle. I think for friendship, showing up is 90% of the battle. One last tip, have a group chat. I feel like having good group chat is so much easier to maintain. I don't know why, maybe because the burden of the conversation is not falling on only 2 people, but it's spread out across everyone. And when you cannot participate, the conversation is still flowing because other people are jumping in already. I feel so much harder to, keep in contact with just one friend. It's so hard to film when there's a toddler running around. To conclude, once I let go of the rigid expectation of how friendship should look like, I feel my heart is more open to welcome people into my life. The other night, we just finished The White Lotus, and Laurie's epiphany at the end about their friendship quite resonates with me. There was something unsettling about these 3 women's friendship since the beginning of the season. Their envy, their gossiping behind each other's back, their disapproval, there's judgment. But it reveals at the end of the day, what matters is that they have been there in each other's life for decades. I think I need to stop now. I really cannot film anymore. Yes, baby. Bye bye.